When they say life is like a roller coaster, they may well have been speaking about the Zelda franchise. From the highs of the temple puzzle solving, which often forces you to use items, weapons, devices and objects in order to progress, to the lows of backtracking to get item X, which does insert random event to clear the path so you can get random item Y and Z and yada yada just to get to the next temple. Love it or hate it folks, this is The Legend of Zelda. And while previous DS title Phantom Hourglass may have been seen as a bit tedious, mainly because of the infamous Temple of the Ocean King, Spirit Tracks delivers what is quintessentially a new awesome Zelda experience on the Phantom Hourglass engine, without the Temple of the Ocean King. Let's start with the engine, quite literally. To get from place to place in the Spirit Tracks, you're going to be using a train. What? That's insane! It'll never work in a Zelda game. Well, you can brush those fears aside because it's the heart and soul of an impressively delightful pocket Zelda. The train's urgent puffing sets a brisk rhythm and tone, stirring emotions of excitement that you're going to be setting out on a new adventure, which is what each great Zelda game should deliver. Without giving too many spoilers away, you control Link, a born-again hero with a date with destiny. Does it involve puzzles? Does it involve caves? Well, surprise, surprise, yes. But one minor criticism is that there isn't too many temples in this game. It kind of reminds me of Majora's Mask. At the time it was bashed a lot for not featuring a ton of temples. But the end result of the game was still excellent. Spirit Track falls right down that little path, though I'm glad to say that the saving system isn't as annoying as it was back then. You can save anywhere. Needless to say, your Link, or insert whatever name you decide to call him, will end up with a sword, shield, green tunic and a green hat thingy on his head. We've all been there before, but the big addition is that Zelda accompanies Link on the adventure as a ghost. She does end up for the most part as a cliche partner, a la Navy or Midna or Tattle for those of us that remember her aid in Majora's Mask. Zelda and the Link combination here pull off a charming youthful romance. There is definitely a youthful tone to the game. One of the Spirit Tracks characters will say woot. Link and Princess Zelda will even high-five at one point. If you were one of those millions of people who have played Ocarina of Time and thought Link and Zelda should have got it on in some way, this is the side of Zelda that you wanted her to show to your non-speaking, non-voice acted Link. And also in this game, Princess Zelda actually felt like she had status. Like when I was playing the game, I was thinking, wow, this is a princess. The Wind Waker did that thing where Tetra transformed into the princess, but I kind of had to force myself to believe she was this royal figure. And in the Phantom Hourglass, she was back to being Tetra, just lowly Tetra. Twilight Princess Zelda was here, then gone, and then by the end of the game when she was here again, I was already over her, and again it felt like forced on to think she was royalty. Princess Zelda has never really felt as significant as when I was sneaking into Hyrule Castle in Ocarina of Time for the first time. We all remember how great that was, but in the Spirit Tracks, Princess Zelda is Princess Zelda, you know what I mean? There is a central themed temple. This time it's called the Temple of the Spirits, but it's not nearly as annoying as the Ocean King Temple was. This time round there was no time limit. You do not have to repeat areas to get to the new area, and the princess can even possess those phantom knights for more puzzle solving mayhem. Alright, onto the control. The touchscreen controls are amazing. Tap to run, that should be in every Zelda game for the DS. There are also sword skills that are done again through the touchscreen. Basically anyone who has ever played Phantom Hourglass will feel right at home with these amazing controls. The controls are amazing, but so is button controls. Every so often I will encounter a time when I'm meant to run, not to roll at that specific angle into the pit of lava, or change gears on the train, not bomb an animal that is going to hurt me because I bombed it and I was on my last sliver of life. You know what's funny is that every so often I will reach instinctively for that D-pad only to bring up the map screen. I wish Nintendo to keep the controls as is, but put in an advanced control option for D-pad. This is a handheld Zelda, but best played lying the DS flat on a vertical surface. Why can't I have D-pad controls so I can rip out my DS and have a couple minutes on this temple on a bus stop with comfy D-pad controls instead of uncomfortable setup as is right now for that kind of play. The mic is used in the game to control a flute, used in a similar fashion to the ocarina from previous titles but played differently. Blow into the mic and change the notes via the touchscreen is natural and intuitive, although the DS Lite and DSi mic is in the middle of the system, so if your mic is broken or insensitive you have to get close to the mic, but that might be a problem because view of the bottom screen is obscured this way. Also notably absent is a way to increase mic sensitivity in the game, which is bizarre. There have been a number of criticisms about the previous Zelda game, Phantom Hourglass, about how the music was really bland and repetitive, and I completely agree. Why does most islands in the game share the same music? You know, I cringe when I have to enter a cave because the music in this area is just terrible. Basically that's the entire song. No, I'm not pulling your strings, that's it. And when you have to be in literally dozens of these caves across the game and spend like up to 15 minutes in some of these caves, the music will wear you down. Listen to it again. It's a 2-second loop that's just played over again and again and again and again and again and again and again. And I know I'm bagging on it a lot, but this is from a personal diehard Zelda fan perspective, is not what I was expecting from a major Zelda DS game. But fear not, loyal listeners, I'm happy to report that Spirit Tracks fixes this problem. I mean, from time to time you'll hear a couple songs that got ripped straight from Phantom Hourglass soundtrack, including the dreaded cave music we just heard a moment ago. But the good news is that for the most part, most of the new tunes are really well done. The different themes in each of the towns is well done. The train exploring music is great. Temple music is great though so far in my adventure all of the temple themes are one and the same. That is the same song for every temple so far, minus of course the Temple of Spirits. I haven't had time to talk about multiplayer minigames, stamp collecting, as well as tons of other things that have been included in this game. But this is definitely one of the best games for the DS. Plain and simple, it's a system owning worthy game. I've given this game 96% and highly suggest you check this game out.